In the heart of Siberia, there's a mountain range called Khamar-Daban. It's a place of stunning beauty, but also a place that holds a dark, unsettling secret. In August of 1993, a group of 7 experienced hikers, led by the 41-year-old Lyudmila Korovina, set out on a trek. They were skilled, they were prepared, and they knew the Siberian wilderness. But nothing could have prepared them for the nightmare that was waiting. The group included Lyudmila, Alexander Krisin, Tatiana Filipenko, Denis Shavokin, Valentina Yutuchenko, and Victoria Zalasova. Their planned route was tough, but well within their abilities. The journey started on August 2nd. For the first few days, everything was normal. The weather was harsh rain, cold temperatures, but it was nothing they couldn't handle. Their spirits were high as they pushed forward. By August 5th, the weather turned vicious. A heavy downpour mixed with snow forced them to make an emergency stop just below the summit of Retranslayer Peak. They were trapped on an exposed, treeless slope. With no other choice, they pitched their tents, hoping to ride out the storm. That decision would be fatal. The night was brutal, with howling winds and plunging temperatures making sleep impossible. The morning of August 6th was cold and grim. The storm had passed, but a thick fog covered everything, cutting visibility to near zero. The group was exhausted and freezing. They started packing their soaked gear, ready to descend to a more sheltered spot. They were just about to move when the unimaginable happened. Suddenly, Alexander Krisin, one of the strongest hikers, cried out and collapsed. The others rushed to help him, but their concern quickly turned to horror. Blood was pouring from his eyes and ears, and he was frothing at the mouth. Panic erupted. Before they could even grasp what was happening, their leader, Lyudmila Korovina, started showing the same terrifying symptoms. She screamed, grabbed her head, and collapsed, her body convulsing. In an instant, the scene spiraled into complete chaos. One by one, the hikers began screaming, tearing off their clothes, and running blindly into the fog. Tatiana Filipenko slammed her head against a rock until she went silent. Denis Shavokin started beating himself, his movements frantic and out of control. It was a horrifying chain reaction of pure, unexplainable terror. It was as if they were all losing their minds at once, attacked by some invisible force. Valentina Yutuchenko, the only one spared from the initial chaos, watched in absolute terror as her friends died in the most gruesome ways. Their sanity had just shattered. Lyudmila, their leader, died of a heart attack moments after she fell. One by one, they all succumbed. Fearing she would be next, Valentina grabbed a piece of canvas and just ran. She fled downhill, away from the horror, with no gear, no food, and only light clothing. She was driven by pure, primal instinct to escape. For hours, she stumbled through the dense forest. Completely disoriented and terrified, the images of her friend's last moments burned into her mind. She eventually collapsed from exhaustion and hypothermia, losing consciousness. By some miracle, 2 days later, a group of tourists boating on a nearby river found her. She was clinging to a tree, barely alive, suffering from severe hypotension and amnesia. She couldn't even remember her own name. After being taken to a hospital, her memory slowly started to return, and she told the authorities the chilling story of what happened on that mountain. A rescue mission was launched immediately, but bad weather and the vague location she gave meant it took weeks for the search party to find the site. When they finally reached the desolate slope on August 26th, they found a scene from a horror movie. 6 bodies were scattered across the area. Alexander and Ludmila were lying close together, where they had first collapsed. The others were found in various states, their positions suggesting a final, desperate struggle against an unseen enemy. The official autopsy reports only made the mystery deeper. The cause of death for all 6 victims was listed as hypothermia, but this couldn't explain the bleeding, the seizures, or the psychotic behavior that Valentina described. On top of that, a forensic examination found that all the victims had a strange protein deficiency, as if they'd been starving for a long time. This was impossible. They had only been on the mountain for a few days and had plenty of food. The case was quickly closed, but the official explanation left far more questions than answers. How could a whole group of experienced hikers all die of hypothermia at the same time, especially when they were equipped for the cold? What caused the sudden, violent madness that Valentina witnessed? Over the years, many theories have tried to explain the Khamar-Daban incident. One popular idea is infrasound. This is a low-frequency sound, inaudible to humans, that can be created by natural events, like strong winds hitting a specific landscape. At high intensities, infrasound can cause feelings of anxiety, panic, and even physical symptoms like nausea. Could a freak weather event have created a pocket of intense infrasound that drove the hikers mad? Another theory is poisoning. Maybe they ate a toxic plant or fungus by mistake that caused a rapid neurological breakdown. This could explain the sudden onset of symptoms. But the autopsies found no trace of any poison, and it's highly unlikely an experienced leader like Ludmila would let her group eat unknown plants. Could they have been exposed to some kind of nerve agent from a military site? The area is remote, but there is military activity. This theory remains pure speculation, with no evidence to back it up. Some people have even drawn comparisons to the more famous Dyatlov Pass incident. In both cases, experienced hikers died under bizarre and terrifying circumstances in the Russian wilderness. Both groups fled their tents in a panic, and the official explanations just didn't add up. This has led to more outlandish theories involving secret government experiments, unknown creatures, or even paranormal events. Valentina Yutochenko, the sole survivor, was deeply traumatized. She could never reconcile the horror she witnessed with the official cause of death. To her, her friends didn't just freeze to death. They were ripped apart by something terrifying and unexplainable. She stood by her story until she passed away in 2013, leaving the mystery of Khamar-Daban to haunt us. Today, the story serves as a chilling reminder of the unknown dangers that might be lurking in the world's most remote places. Was it a freak, natural event, a tragic accident, or something far more sinister? The truth may have died on that desolate Siberian mountain with 6 young hikers, their screams swallowed by the fog. The silence that remains is perhaps the most terrifying part of the story, a void we can only fill with our darkest fears and speculations. What do you think happened on that fateful day? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as unsettling as I did, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more dives into the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. Stay curious and stay safe.